Hi, this is Johnny McGovern coming to you from Chicago, as usual. And today we've got a fun one. It's a little something we're going to call Sovereign Citizen number 30 Sprout Edition. It involves two clips. One I did on Schrodinger's cat with Artie and Reg, and I don't know who all was there, but it was fun. We had a good time with that and other clips. And then I've added a bonus clip here, and it's a good time. Let's do it. From the secret headquarters of the Sovereign Citizen Patrol, initiating video production sequence. We are no longer playing. So let's get revved up. It's time for Law Talk with Mike.
What's your name? Dyer. And what's your name again?
Officer Holtmeyer.
Holtmeyer. Okay. I'm not planning on bringing any charges against you guys or anything either.
Oh, like I said, we've got to do our job. If you said you've got case law, stuff like that, okay. We're just going to have hopefully a nice conversation about it today.
Yeah, that's my whole goal.
Unfortunately, I don't want to take anybody to jail for what you perceive as the lawful way, but unfortunately, we have statutes that we go by, and
I realize
your options are your options, okay? So, but we'll kind of go forward from there. So, we'll talk to.
And here we go. I first encountered this on Schrodinger's cat live stream. Shout out to Schrodinger's cat. We had a lot of fun with it, but I wanted to take another tour of this particular video because it's so deliciously awful. Here we are. We've got Sprout, talking his soft-sit nonsense.
Holtmeyer about it. Holtmeyer, go back and chat with him. Just one animal in the vehicle?
Yeah.
Cool. What brings you out this way from Oregon?
Actually educating police.
Okay. Is that like how do you stop working and stuff like you still working and stuff like that? I mean,
I'm an independent auditor. I sue the state for a living.
In other words, no, he's not working, and that is fantastic. If you missed it in the audio, he asked him what he's doing, and he says he's educating police. And I'm sure the Tennessee police are just begging for people from Oregon to come explain to them how the law works. Oh, it's fantastic. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, or the dogs get it.
Oh, fair enough. Doing pretty well?
Yeah, I'm actually about to produce a case law that will be monumental, and it includes these very case laws in Hale versus Henkel, which is what I'm using to force the officers who have already...
Case laws is not the plural. I don't know what to say, and I don't think you're on the verge of any great seminal decision here. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Pretty wrong to me to testify against each other.
Okay.
It's been cited 1,600 times and never overturned.
Okay.
Since 1906.
All right. And what context does that have to do with? Traffic stops?
Agents of the state or employees of the state do not have Fifth Amendment rights in their official capacity. And that's what it was based on. Is an FBI agent tried to claim his Fifth Amendment rights in his official capacity in testimony, and he was denied that because that's not one of the rights you retain as an officer.
Hang tight, bro.
Sure.
I haven't looked that up, so I don't even know if it stands for the proposition he says it does. But if it does, I don't even see where it helps him. I stopped looking up soft-sit stuff long ago. After the first 35 times, it just made no sense whatsoever. But this case may involve the Fifth Amendment, but I don't see how that gets him to be able to drive without a license, which is his prime thrust here.
Are you guys recording also?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's right there. Nice and hidden.
They're nice. I just watch a lot of videos of like the ones
that the external, and they
always fly off.
Yeah, or they get all jumbled up by the officer's arms, whatever. Yeah. Is there any way I can find out what brand that is, so I can have our officers in Oregon?
Body worn.
Body worn?
I don't know. I think that's the company.
Okay.
But they're like Android phones.
Oh, sweet.
They have like their software on them, and so I like them.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome. First, he's going to teach Tennessee police department's the law, and then he's gonna go back to Oregon and teach them body cameras. I mean, what can't this guy do?
So is it running all the time, or you gotta push it?
Yeah, there's a remote right here. You can turn it on and off.
Yeah, it's got a 30-second delay on audio, and
It kicks on with our lights and stuff. So
Oh, it does?
yeah, it also picks up like. And now it's technology, so granted it doesn't work all the time. But if you start running,
the
shaking
vibration?
is supposed to kick it on, and it's supposed to pick up gunshots, I think, too, and start recording.
yeah.
So pretty cool.
Can I ask how long you've been with the force?
I've been a cop for 4 years.
4 years. This is your first stop?
Of the day.
Oh, okay, okay. I misunderstood then.
No, first stop today.
This would have been a first stop.
Yeah, I don't know how many traffic stops I've done in my career.
Oh, we love this state. It's awesome. It's beautiful.
You guys from here?
No.
Traveling, or you guys moving here? Or?
Just traveling right now. Looking for certain individuals that are tired of all the tyranny.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
good. How you doing?
Good.
I'm Corporal Ronan with Mount Shirley Police Department. So apparently one of my officers stopped you for a traffic violation. Two potentially different violations. Reckless driving and no registration on the vehicle. He's identified himself to you, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, and he's asked you for a driver's license and proof of registration if you have it.
Yes, and I told him I'm reserving my constitutional rights without prejudice, and that means you need a warrant for due process of law to extract any information from me.
Well, Pennsylvania v. Mims and
That
Maryland
doesn't override the Constitution.
Well, it does based
it's
on the court
unconstitutional.
ruling. So I am going to give you a lawful order to exit the vehicle and produce an ID. If you don't, you are going to be charged for failure to ID. Okay?
Boy, this guy's good, very professional, just by the book, very simple, not getting into it one way or the other. Just that's the way it is.
That's my information.
It's, again, you're operating a vehicle within the state of
I'm
Tennessee.
transporting my property.
You're operating a
I'm
vehicle.
transporting my property.
Sir, I'm going to give you one more request to exit your vehicle and identify yourself. If you don't, you will be removed from the vehicle and you will be charged accordingly.
Under duress, I will identify myself. I'm not going to remove myself from the vehicle.
Then if you can hand an ID to us, that'd be great.
Yes, it's in here. There's no
that's
weapons
fine.
in here.
I mean, and again, I'm fine with you having your weapons. That's your constitutional right. Okay?
It's funny that you'll recognize
your
that.
weapons, then we're okay.
It's funny that you'll recognize that one, but not the others.
Well,
I've got my plates and registration too.
where are they at?
One's right back in the back of this seat,
Nice.
and my registration is also in here.
If you have the paperwork, that'd be great. And if
Oh, so he does have plates and registration. That's interesting because I saw another clip where he's saying that he goes around without it, and this contradicts that. And it's on his own channel. It's interesting.
do you have any objection to me opening the back of your vehicle so I can see the registration tag? Or if you can roll the window down, that'd be great.
Can I just grab it out of the back of the seat?
Yeah. If you roll the window down so I can see what you're reaching for, yes.
Okay. Here.
Please. Again, I don't want to have a confrontation.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. It's right here in the back of the seat.
Neither do we.
Thank you. Beautiful dog. How old?
10 months.
Oh, wow. Nice and quiet, too.
Yeah.
She must think the guy's doing goodness.
I like that, though.
So this guy does have everything, which to his credit, he does. So he's just pushing the boundaries, but he's got it all in the car at the end of the day. He's got registration and a license. It's interesting. I don't know what he got pulled over for, but they said reckless driving. So I mean, he is absolutely trying to get arrested. That's all I can think. He knows that a police officer is going to cite him for this, and then he drives recklessly in another state with no license. Guy just wants to be arrested.
All right. All right, Mr. Collin, is it your last name?
Yes.
All right. I just need you to sit tight. Officer Holtmeyer is going to conduct this traffic stop, and we're going to go from there, okay?
Sure thing.
All right.
You know, I've never been a law enforcement officer, but it seems to me that there would be a provision that he has to display that, and he's in violation of that right now. You may or may not want to write that ticket in your discretion, but I think he's already in a bad spot. That plus the reckless driving.
So I reserved my rights without prejudice, and I, under duress, handed over my information so as to avoid an illegal assault and battery.
correction. You did all that to preserve yourself to avoid a legal extraction from your car.
Because I can't miss church tonight.
No, you cannot miss church. So funny. We respect your constitutional right to own a firearm.
Yes, they respected my constitutional right to carry a firearm, but not to protect my information.
I can explain that for you. You don't have a constitutional right to not turn over your driver's license. You're driving, it's a privilege. You have to turn it over in every state.
They threatened me with violence for it. Go figure. They're also worried about my safety with my firearms, or their safety with my firearms, but they've all three retreated to the back of the vehicle, which means they're not worried about their safety with my firearms. Contradiction after contradiction. Let me grab that paper out again. Let's show this guy too. This paper shows all of the Oregon laws that subjects these guys to Oregon's jurisdiction for breaking a law that is a law in Oregon, which constitutes conspiracy in this state to break a law in Oregon, which would be deprivation of rights, which falls under 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242 now because there are three of them here, so it's conspiracy and deprivation of rights, misprision of felony, which is 18 U.S.C. 4.
Do I need to point out that Oregon law doesn't apply in Tennessee? You know, I don't think so.
Accessory after the fact, which is 18 U.S.C. 2, and aiding and abetting, which is 18 U.S.C. 2. All in violation of 42 U.S.C. 2000 series.
Nope.
And they're about to hand me a forgery 1 citation. Wait till you see what I say to these guys next.
Oh, I'm excited.
Your ticket, I'm going to give you some information.
I'll have these guys extradited to Oregon after this.
I knew there was going to be some quality Sprout legal analysis coming up. And there it is.
All right, so he's going to talk to you over there.
Okay.
There's your ID
Can I-
back.
I'll give you that. I've got more copies.
All right.
That's what we're just to warn today on the reckless driving.
All right.
I would
Appreciate it.
recommend attaching your registration to your car because I mean you're going to get this in any agency you drive through.
That's perfectly fine. So I just want to tell you guys that had you wrote me a citation, that would be a forgery 1 document under Oregon law, and that says that we can extradite you under Oregon law for violating my rights in
Yeah, your little internet printout is not good. Your analysis is horrible, and you just got a break. I don't know the circumstances of it, but they gave him a warning for reckless driving. That's interesting.
any other state.
Okay.
But I really appreciate the warning and everyone's conduct.
Let me ask
You've
you
all
one
been real
question.
nice.
If you believe that you don't have to have any valid documents to travel because you're not within commercial
Right, my natural rights.
making game,
Natural rights prevail.
this and that, okay? Why do you keep your license valid if you don't need one?
It's just been valid since I learned this. I had it before I learned all this.
Well, and again, like I said before, I respect your Second Amendment right to possess firearms and what have you. I haven't had a chance to thoroughly read this, but I will caution you on stating Oregon state statutes in other states because U.S. Supreme Court rulings set the precedent for the land.
I showed him several that directly
again,
say transporting your property is not the same as driving commercially.
Well,
the license is for operating in commerce. It's like if you're a Lyft driver or Uber driver.
well, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that.
That's fine.
Based on the court ruling.
But I do
wish you safe
appreciate
travels.
all your conduct, and I appreciate what you guys do.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
And here's a fun little bonus clip that stands for the proposition he does not believe himself in the least.
Just for all you curious people out there that think I obey the law and drive around or whatever you think the law is. There's my vehicle. See that? Up light. Oh, sorry, bud.
Well, I'll give you this. I don't think the law is what you think it is.
Oh, and here's my VIN number.
See my VIN number? See right there? Yeah. Nothing. Oh, if you think it's not mine. Ta-da.
Oh, that reminds me. I had a guy who didn't pay rent and claimed that he didn't have to, and that was his big thing, is that he could open the door. We're back to that, but with the car. This is fun.
And then, Papa! Nothing. And just so you can see.
Yeah, that's interesting. And the last video that I just looked at on your channel, you were driving like that, but you had all the stuff available inside the car and gave it up as soon as the police officers pulled you over. Which, by the way, was the wise play. The wiser play is to put it on your vehicle and act normal. But sure, if you keep it handy and then bail yourself out with it, you're not really the rebel you claim to be.
If you can see, in my completely blacked out car, no temp tags. Just my dirty car. And you can tell license plates haven't been on there a while. Same amount of dirt. Bum, bum, bum. See all the bugs on the dirt. And again, zero VIN. So your information is your property rights.
I think it's time for something all new. I think I'm going to make a internet citizen's arrest here. It just boils down to this. You know, hey, local authorities, we've got a guy who's flagrantly violating the law. When you get around to it, if you could go, issue him a citation for these violations, maybe that would help everybody out and make things a little safer.
And the police have no authority to interfere in any manner with your private or personal property rights.
Wrong.
Under ORS 181A.125.
Well, there you have it. When push comes to shove, he's actually got a license and registration, and he does not believe himself at all. And that's to his credit. He actually does comply with the law, and what he does is pose as a rebel. It's interesting. I said the same thing when I was looking at David Rodriguez videos, because they have a similar mindset, and I have some sympathy for some of the things they say that, that aren't on here, where there may be some government overreach. But you destroy your credibility with these bad arguments. If you care about any of those things, you need to tighten up and start doing reasonable stuff, because everything you're saying here is complete and utter nonsense. Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun with silly stuff that happens in court, and every once in a while, and completely by accident, I assure you, you might learn something. Thanks for watching.